Gratitude to our body, to breath. Gratitude to all the souls who are continuously helping us in our evolution. And gratitude to Mother Earth. Now slowly unlock your fingers and place them over eyes for 5 seconds, friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and please have some water. Thank you so much, friends, for joining in meditation. Hope you're all back. Yeah. Now, today, we will continue chapter 9 from the book, The Eternal Validity of the Soul. And that's about the death experience. Right. So SETH Master is it's telling like death will not bring you an eternal resting place. So like we think about death is like a resting time. Of course, it is resting time, but not the whole period until the soul takes another physical form or another physical any physical reality comes into physical reality. So he says like you may rest if this is your wish, like the soul's wish for a while. Not only must you use your abilities after death, however, but you must face up to yourself for those that you did not use during your previous existence. So let me read it again, friends. So you may rest if this is your wish for a while. So for certain periods, so for certain time, then there is no time in other realms, but it's like when we consider here, so when we relate here, so there is certain period which we can rest, the soul can rest. So not only must you use your abilities after death, however, but you must face up to yourself for those that you did not use during your previous existence. So previous existence in the sense, not only the physical reality, not only when the soul is in the body, so when soul takes the body, but even when we leave our body. So it's like our consciousness, our abilities still remain the same, but we are not feeling it, we are not experiencing the whole consciousness because of our our thoughts or our limitedness. So here he says you have to use, so whatever it's not used, so whatever the abilities previous you have not used it, so you have to use those abilities. And he says here those who had faith in life after death, those who had faith in life after death will find it much easier to accustom yourself to the new conditions, acceptance, and also about trusting that there is life after death. And here, there is one I heard one experience about, like, Lobsam Prampa books. So I couldn't able to remember, but the whole thing, but in the essence, like a person, like he's like a helper in that house, and that house, no, they had a library, if I'm not wrong. So this is what I remember. So so that's a library. So in that library, so he is cleaning all those books, and he found out some Loksam Prampa book, which is there is life related to death. That saying that when he opened, saying that there is life after death. He just read only one line, and he didn't accept it. So he didn't believe it. Not accept. He didn't believe that there is life after death, and so one day he left his body, but he couldn't find the light. So his soul, so he is waiting for the light, but he couldn't able to see the light there, and so he's waiting for certain long time. And then later on, after some time means after longer time, then he remembered, the soul remembered. See here, the soul has remembered, recollected the line that what he read in the book, there is life after death. That's a single line. So nothing much he know about, nothing much he has knowledge about these books, and nothing much he know about Lopsam Rampa. So he read that line, and and when he is in physical body, and after when he left, so that line, so that he remembered, yeah, there is life after death. Just he remembered, forget about belief. So he just recollected that line, and immediately he found the light. So immediately he saw the light. So the angels or the masters, they arrived, and so they want to take him to his home. Then on the way he asked the masters, the guides, the spirit guides, we can say. So see, I have been waiting here, and so why you didn't come earlier? So now, why you took so much of time? So then the spirit guides, they said, because you are not you didn't have a belief, so you are not believing that there is life after death. Though we arrive, though you come, you can't see us. And next thing is, whatever we say, whatever we guide you, whatever the guidance we give you, but you don't believe in that. So it's about the belief system, friends. Again, it's about the belief system, and we have discussed about this belief system in the previous session. See how we create our own reality even after life, right? So this is what. So when we believe, that's what Seth Master says. If you believe there is life after death, so the whatever the accustomed, you will easily accept that place, or you will easily accept whatever the process that goes after life. So that's what. And another thing, this is another, this is like a positive belief system, right? So and further he says, in sleep state we undergo some kind of absence of our consciousness from physical reality. Is it true, right? So in sleep state, that's what dream meant. So what happens in dream? We generally we visit other existences. We experience, not visit. The better word is we experience. So somehow we experience other existences, other consciousness. We interact with other consciousness, and at that moment, so in the physical body, the consciousness is absent, and that is experience of death. And if the consciousness is completely absent for forever, then it's called death. Okay, so here he says, the kind of absence of our consciousness from physical reality. So it's like we undergo a kind of absence. So we don't know what's happening when we go into the deep sleep state. And we also discussed about the stages of the sleep, right? So there are different stages. So when we go into that deeper level, so our consciousness leaves our body for certain time. And he says, during this experience, we pass over the threshold into these other existences many times. And see, from childhood to till now, had many dreams, right? Multiple dreams. And we have we have interacted with other consciousness and other existences, threshold. So passing over the whatever the limitations of our mind. So we don't limit our minds like in dreams. So it's like and so and he says, so it will not be unfamiliar to us. So because you have interacted, because you have explored, your consciousness got explored to in other existences, and when you leave the body, you don't feel any unfamiliar. This is a, we know everything. That means the hidden meaning, what we can take here, friends, we already know. We already know. We all, so we know. So whatever the guidance, whatever the knowledge we need, we already know that, and our consciousness had that knowledge. The consciousness is having that knowledge. So it's already that knowledge is existing in us. But when we think about, so it's all about the logic mind, it's all about the physical, the logic mind, which thinks that we don't know anything, so we are not having that wisdom. So we have given enough wisdom, we have enough wisdom. So so that means the consciousness knows everything. Because we are not connected with our own self consciousness, and we get these, and these doubts arise. Okay, so, and he says we are familiar. Okay, we are familiar with all these whatever happens to with our soul. So maybe few learnings, but we know the basic knowledge is existing in us. And next he says, so what happens after death? Okay, so what the soul does, so what happens after death. And last session we have discussed that we are the soul is not alone, so it won't travel alone. And as soon as it leaves the physical body, there will be spirit guides, though it come from ancestors or the other masters or the real other whatever the spirit guides of that soul. So they will be like, they are called helpers, so guides. So they guide all through at every stage. There will be their guides will be provided to the soul. So will get help, the soul will get help. So then what happens next when a soul leaves the body? So it Seth Master says, when a soul leaves the body, it may or may not be greeted by friends or relatives immediately following death. So may or may not. It's not like because there is certain process before the soul meets the soul family, we can say. Excuse me. So the soul, so it's like the soul may or may not meet immediately. Like, and also this depends on the soul level also. This depends on it varies from soul to soul. So each soul, it varies. So here, and what happens then is nothing to be worried. There is a little process there. So here, where your true feeling, so what happens there, your true feeling toward relatives who are also dead will be known to you and to them. And here, how can these ancestor souls or these spirit guides or this soul this soul which left the body, how this soul identifies the other soul? Because it's through telepathy. See, we all have that ability, telepathy, which activates after leaving the certain body. That's telepathy and whatever the other ability. This is what he says. He said earlier, the abilities that you have to use. So this through the telepathy, the other souls which are existing, which are in the other realm, that is like their home, they know that this soul is about to leave the physical body. And this happened, friend. This, like my own family, when my uncle is about to leave his physical body for last 3 to 2 days. So whenever he like he's okay, but he is in some deep sleep. So he's okay, but in deep sleep for longer hours. And when he woke up, so he thinks about, he says that that he saw his mother, his father, so which has already left for years back. So father, relatives, and some relatives, and they're like the whole, he said like the whole house is filled with so many people who he knows very well. So so that my cousins, they didn't they didn't able to get what my uncle said. So after when he is about to leave, even he says, my mother is there, my mother is there here just beside. So so this is what happened. So how these souls know that? This is through telepathy, right? And and this is called a soul family, and this is through telepathy which operates in this after death period. And see, he can't see before. And my uncle, he couldn't able to see with his physical eyes, so about his mother or father or whoever he saw and his deathbed. So this is what, so his consciousness, our consciousness leaves it slowly, and we have discussed this in the last session as well. It leaves slowly. The main consciousness, the main portion, leaves earlier, maybe week and 1 week or a few days earlier, and slowly the remaining consciousness, remaining tiny atoms and molecules of consciousness, leaves later, and leaves and it like slowly it will leave the physical body. So here he says, and through telepathy, so everything happens. They know very well, and this soul also knows that they are going to come, or they will guide. This soul sees everything, and this soul know the mother or the other, not only the souls which are in that present lifetime, but even the other souls. This soul can identify the other soul in the sense, this is a soul family. In the soul family, this soul knows everyone, every soul. Okay. And what if a person, and this is an interesting thing, friends. So what if a person has a rough relationship with his or her family members who has already left the body? So if the person still, if a person remaining, when this person, when remaining in the physical body, if this person has any rough relationship, as not proper bonding between maybe in his family members or the friends, say. So what happens when this person leaves the physical body? What will happen? At soul level, they have good bonding. They know very well. It's all about it. Whatever the drama that takes place, it's only in the physical body, but at the soul level, who this person thinks about the rival, he is the enemy, but at the soul level they are like thick good friends. Understand? So there are no enemies here, though. So we should not develop that hatred feeling towards others, because at soul level we all are having a good relationship. We all like a good bonding, and whatever the drama here takes place in this physical reality, it's like a soul contract. It's a soul understanding. At the soul level, we all have planned certain lessons, so each with each other, to evolve, right? To evolve. So this is what happens. And when the soul leaves, okay, when the soul leaves, there is no rival, there is no enmity. So there is no nothing like whatever the experience, the rough relationship or the tough relationship this person had. So there is no there will be this soul can't carry there, because at the soul level they have understanding, they know each other, they have good bonding. And here let me share an example. So it's a great example by Anita Murjani's example. So you maybe many of you have know about Anita Murjani, the author of the book Dying to Be Me. So she in her interview, I heard one time, so when I was going through her interview and I was listening, so she said about her father's experience, her own experience. So in that, when her father is not at all no interested in love marriages. He is against to love marriages, but Anita Murjani, so she loved a person, and she wanted to be with that person for rest of her life. That means she want to marry him. So whatever the arranged marriage, there's like a lot of drama went on between her father and herself, and about when, and of course the father went for the arranged marriage forcefully. But when the marriage was about to take place in 3 days, so she decided to marry the person she has chosen. So she left the home and everything, and a lot of what we say incidences took place. So a father is a father, after that incident, there is not much relationship, a good relationship with her father, and father avoided her, so he's not in more interest to have a relationship with his daughter, Anita Murjani. So when so after some time, so he left his body, and Anita Murjani, so when when she had experienced the near death experience, so when her soul went to that realm, so her soul is like she's like near death experience. So already she left the body, the soul left the body and went to the soul family. So there she saw her father, and her father welcomed her with unconditional love. Unconditional love. So she experienced a pure love from other souls and also from her father. And there she understood that whatever she remembered, that whatever the experience she had in the when she's in the body, she remembered that. Then she got surprised. So see her father's love, to see her father's love, she's like and whatever when she saw her father there, she understood that he knows everything. He knows everything. And and he and he also knows that she took that step. Okay, so at the soul level, this is what happens, friends. So so after that, so when she and her father helped her to find out her soul purpose. So, and he guided to, you have to go back to your body again, so you have to go back to your self, and this is not the time, and everything, whatever the guidance that she got from other souls, and she got to know her purpose, and she came back, and she was back to her body. So this is what the great experience she has shared. And here, see, so it's not at all worth to carry unnecessary emotions. And when we leave these emotions, so further he says, the SETH master says, when we leave our body, we leave these impressions on the other souls with our words, actions, and thoughts. Even the thoughts, we interact with the others and consciousness with our thought as well, right? So these are like heavy burdens. We don't know, but these are like heavy emotions that we carry, and these are like lower energies. So though they are lower energies, but they are heavy. They weigh a lot. So better to leave everything, better to understand and spread your love. Okay, and there is no like conditional or unconditional love. Love is itself is an unconditional love. So, and let me read out a paragraph from the book, and what happens later on. So Seth Master says, you may find that someone you considered merely an enemy actually deserved your love and respect, for example, and you will then treat him accordingly. Your own motives will be crystal clear. You will react to this clearness, however, in your own way. You will not be automatically wise if you were not so before, but neither will there be a way to hide from your own feelings, emotions, or motives. Whether or not you accept inferior motives in yourself or learn from them is still up to you. The opportunities for growth and development are very rich, however, and the learning methods at your disposal very effective. See, like when we leave, when the soul leaves the physical body, so we understand, that means the soul and soul sees, so the soul will be checking all the emotions of that particular lifetime. Okay, how it acted, so how it what are the lessons, is the lessons matched, is the lesson successfully completed or not, and how the behavior, everything, we can see our own picture there. So when we see our own picture, that the soul sees, the soul has a crystal clear understanding of what this soul does to others. Okay, so what are the emotions? So though we are not truthful to ourselves here in the physical reality, but we at the soul level, we know everything and we understand. After leaving the body, the soul the soul knows it can't cheat, it can't cheat itself. So that's what he said. And you will react to this clearness, you will react to this clearness, react in the sense, so react in the sense, like maybe it's like the pain what the other soul, so what this soul has given, if this soul has given some pain to other soul in any way, and that pain, and whatever the pain the soul has given when in the physical body, again at the soul level, this soul feels that pain, feels the pain of other souls, right? And but neither you will automatically wise. So he says that you will not be automatically wise if you are not so before. So whatever we understand at the understandings level, so at the same thing at the soul level also, it will be like our own understanding. So at the soul can't be very intelligent, so when it leaves the physical body, so whatever the understanding is there at the body level, it's the same, it continues. But it continues the understanding, but it has a clear it has a clear meaning. And but neither there will be a way to hide of your feelings. So this can't hide your feelings, the soul can't hide the feelings, emotions or motives, so everything it knows. But maybe understanding, so understanding may differ, it depends on the soul's intellect, understanding, the wisdom the soul has gained. Okay, whether or not you accept inferior motives in yourself or learn from them, it's still up to you, and it's still up to the soul whether to learn from these incidents, whether to learn from these situations or whatever the lessons. It's up to the soul again. And when it learns, it evolves. And he says, lastly, he says, there's a method, there's a great opportunity to grow. So when we understand, so when we try to when we try to gain that wisdom, and when we implement it, so definitely we will take that wisdom, friends, at the soul level. So it is what he said. And the next paragraph he says, you examine the fabric of the existence you left. So we examine whatever the fabric. So here he said, like the impressions, so whatever the impressions we left, so we examine that, and you learn to understand how your experiences were the result of your own thoughts and emotions, and how these affected others. It's very clear, right? So at the soul level, we all do this, all the souls, so all souls examine their life, what the current, the whatever the life just it left, so we examine that, the soul examine that, and it thinks about, that soul thinks about so how it learns to understand how its own thoughts, how the soul's own thoughts and emotions and has affected other souls. And until this examination is through, you are not yet aware of the larger portions of your own identity. So this soul examines only the portion, a small portion of that life, but not other existences, but not the other consciousness. The greater consciousness is still left, right? So when you realize the significance and meaning of the life you have just left, then you are ready for conscious knowledge of your other existences. So when the soul learns this about this life, about this whatever just left, so whatever the lessons, and it takes whatever the learnings it will gather, it will take that understandings, and then it examine the others existences. Other existences means the previous, the past lives, the other existence, the other, the even the past lives, not only this life, not only the just before the life, and also the past lives, other lives. And when it undergoes, and then it re-examine means it can't see, but the understanding whatever the soul has written. And in a dream, I had experience, so how the soul, what it's like a akashic record. So and how the soul plans, literally I saw how my soul has planned everything, and how even the physical body, it drew that this is how my physical body should be. I saw those pages, few pages, and this is how the and later on, in after the few pages, it has written and past lives understandings, and past life lessons, and the current life lessons. So I didn't see that, but I heard that my soul, at the soul level. So we can listen our soul's voice, right? So it said, this is what this is what your lessons in this lifetime now. So this is so it will write it writes everything. So it's on the past life lessons, and gathering all the understanding, all the wisdom, it plans for the next lifetime. If the soul chooses to take any physical birth, so this is what happens. So the current life, the whatever the life just before he left, the soul has left, it takes understanding from that life, and also from the previous, from the past lives as well. So then we become aware of the expanded self, and this is how the soul knows the expanded self. So these many lifetimes, right? Not 1 to 10 or even 100, it's like multiple lifetimes, and the soul understands the expanded self and expanded awareness. And and we begin to examine what we have been in other lives, past lives, and we begin to plan our next physical existence. That means about our next birth. And it depends on that particular soul's choice. It may or may not, or if it may, and the time also differs. Sometimes the soul immediately it takes the birth, and sometimes some souls take some time. So this is for today's session, friends, and still a lot to learn from this chapter. So thank you so much for being here. If at all you want to share anything, you can unmute yourself. Your energy. Yeah, Ramsey.
Thanks a lot, Shardaji. It was actually the music you played for the meditation today was very, very beautiful, very conducive for deep meditation. And the wisdom, yes, it's a continuation of great wisdom on no death or what happens after death. Your reference to various books as well brings in greater understanding of the concept that is coming from Seth Master. The Three Lives from Lobsang Rampa, and how uh, so it's pretty beautiful when we connect to these books. When we read these books, we understand different dynamics after one leave the physical body. And in that particular book as well, when a person leaves the body, he remembers the books that he had come across or somebody had said or somewhere, and then he returns to that wisdom. And that is when new things happen, new things open up, like, the guides appear, and he was ready to listen. So we have to keep on listening to this until we know that, this is what is happening. Consciously, we have to understand, to connect to these happenings after leaving the physical body. And the more and more we listen to these wisdoms, the more and more it becomes natural when we listen about someone passing over, right? So there is no, how do you say, um, of course, we come out of fear, the very first thing. Number two, we start to accept everyone's passing over. There is no tragedy in it. There is no misery in it. There is no suffering in it. Mm. We start to see a bigger picture. We start to understand that only the physical presence is not there, but the energy essence is always there. So life becomes more fulfilled because we never see a lack when someone passes over. They're always present. Indeed, when we do not understand, there is an absence. But when we understand, there is always a presence, because we understand that he is just not there physically, but he or she is always there energetically.
Mm.
So it's a it's a wonderful wisdom, to, on a physical level, we are all materialistic level, we are all knowing what is this body. But on a spiritual level, only when we become knowing on what is happening on a non-physical level, greater joy, greater freedom, greater freeness comes into one's living.
Mm.
So thanks a lot for, it's not a simple topic to share. It's not an easy thing to share. And you are really doing it beautifully, because um, it is changing. It is changing. And not just for the people who join here. This wisdom is resonated, and people who pass over continue to listen these wisdoms, because there was one particular experience where a person, after he left his body, he came in visions, and he said, I'm now listening to all the sessions that have happened in the past, which
Mm.
I did not when I was in the body.
Wow.
So that's how it is. And it's wonderful to understand these things, yeah, when we are in the physical body already. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And let me share. May I, sir, share time?
Yes, yes.
Share one experience. So it's really with my aunt. So when no death sessions, enlightenment on no death sessions are happening on, like on UK platform, like global level. So what happened is in my dream. So my aunt, she already passed long ago, so many years ago. So she appeared in my dream, and she is asking forgiveness to another lady. She agreed her whatever the mistakes my aunt has committed when she is in the physical body. So she is asking forgiveness, that this is what I did to you, I mean to other lady. So whatever she's expressing her like forgiveness. So she's asking forgiveness, so please forgive me, this is what everything. And I'm not aware of what are the deeds she has done when she is in the physical body. So when I contacted to the other lady, so later on, so she said, yes, whatever no whatever I have shared, what I heard from my aunt in a dream, so it's true. And these sessions helped the other soul to realize their own deeds. And at the soul level, she asked forgiveness to that lady who is still in the physical body. And she left. The soul, my aunt soul show, she left happily later on. So this is another experience. The impact of these sessions. Right. So yeah, so this is what friends, what at the soul level also, even the soul listens. Right. Thank you so much, sir. So thank you everyone. So let's let answer session, sir.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, thank you then, friends. We'll all meet in the next session. Namaste all. Have a great time.